Hello, everybody. Welcome to the very first episode of the Geek Weekly podcast. I am your host, Lesley. I have been developing this podcast for over the past years, and I'm really glad to finally get to share it with everybody. Today's very special guest is Carrie Dufresne. Thank you so much for being with us today.
Oh, thanks for having me.
So, Carrie, what exactly is your job title? What is it that you do?
I am a camera operator, sometimes director of photography in unscripted television or reality TV.
That's cool. So,
Yeah.
how did you get into this?
I moved to LA in 2005, and I did all these odd PA jobs on some indie movies, and it was fun. I got a little introduction into the business, but the thing with independent movies is sometimes they run out of money. So you've worked all this time, and then you've worked for 2 weeks, and you're like, all right, I spent all this money to work because you have to pay for gas and gas and food. Well, they sometimes feed you, but then you're still eating.
Mhm.
And then they're like, oh yeah, about that, we don't have any money. And I'm like, oh
Yeah, about that.
yeah, that's great. So I did a couple of those, and then I ended up on one that paid money. It didn't run out of money.
Mhm.
But I met somebody that worked in the office of America's Next Top Model.
Oh,
And so she was like, yeah,
that's cool.
yeah. So that was cycles 5, 6, and 7 I worked on. And she was like, you're a great production assistant. Why don't you come work in the office? So I finally got like a steady gig working in an office. It was literally like going through releases, hundreds of releases of people just signing away that you can use their picture,
Mhm.
their image. Yeah. You know, just putting all that in order and doing all this stuff, doing lunch runs for the executives in the office, and then we finally started shooting. And I was on set, and I got to meet the camera operators and a lot of the camera assistants. But then my job on that was I was driving Miss Twiggy around, Miss J, uh, Janice Dickinson. I drove all of the guest judges around.
That's so
Uh,
cool.
yeah, yeah. So that was a lot of fun. And then I did this one show for the soap network called I Want to
hmm
Be a Soap Star. And I
hmm
met he's a big time DP director now for HBO, unscripted. His name's Joseph Guidry. And
Okay.
he's amazing. He's one of my mentors. And I was like, I really want to be a camera assistant. I want to get into camera. And he was like, all right, here's your first camera assistant, gig. And it was Bad Girls Club season 2.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I got right into house reality and was on that for like 5 months, and it was pretty great. And I really got to learn the camera more because I never
Mhm.
thought, I did theater, so I always wanted some kind of a job related to that, and I didn't
Mhm.
really know what I wanted to do. So like it was through Top Model that I really got interested in camera, and then Bad Girls Club, learning the camera a lot more, and here we are. Oh, it's about to be 2023.
Mhm.
That's 16 years later. Jeez.
Wow.
Yeah, and now I've done all the big shows from Jersey Shore, Bachelor, Top Chef, Cupcake Wars, Lego Masters, um,
I love that. Literally,
Love is Blind.
oh, really?
Yeah, Love is Blind. Yeah,
I freaking love Cupcake Masters and Cupcake War and Lego Masters.
yeah. Oh, they're so fun. Everyone's like, "Oh, cupcakes!" And like when you're on that show, you smell it all the time. So I kind
hmm
of didn't eat cupcakes for a while.
Oh,
Uh,
really?
yeah, but then Lego, it's like I could build a
Yeah.
Lego set any day. Like you don't get tired of that. That's the most fun job, I think.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, "Oh, how do I get on Lego Masters?" And we're like, "You have to literally, because all of us love it, and as long as it's around, we're gonna be on it."
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's so cool.
yeah.
So, where did you go to school for this?
I first went to Georgia State because
hmm
back in the early 2000s they had a film and video production, but it was huge. It's probably bigger today, but back then, like there was a lot of people. I just didn't feel like I was. I mean, I was just a freshman and a sophomore anyway, but I just didn't feel like I was doing anything. Like I think
Yeah.
I remember I had astronomy classes and like history class. I don't remember taking a video class at Georgia State.
Really?
So then I transferred to UNC Wilmington,
Oh.
um, because I had my mom's cousin lives up there,
Mm-hmm.
and she was like, "Oh,
Oh.
here's this is Bijou. Hi, hi. Okay, she's bored now. Um, oh no, she's right here. She's gonna stay here for a second. Okay. Um, so my mom's cousin lived up there. I was like,
Mm.
you should come here. They shoot Dawson's Creek up here and all this stuff. And so I transferred, and I immediately like had so many more film classes than I ever did at Georgia State. We
Nice.
shot on the 16 millimeter short ends from Dawson's Creek. Uh, I interned on Dawson's Creek, and I interned with the Wilmington Film Commission.
Oh, that's so
Uh,
cool.
yeah, so that was fun. I mean, I would love to say that those connections helped me in LA, but they didn't really at all.
Yeah.
LA is so big. I highly recommend to anyone that wants to move out there. If you know somebody, use that. But if not, save up
Mhm.
money and just like stick with it. It's going to be a tough couple years, but then once you make it through the first couple, you'll be like me. 16 years later, I, I moved back home to Atlanta because Atlanta got busy.
Hmm. Yeah, they shoot a lot of stuff in
Yeah,
Atlanta.
yeah, that's what happened. I got asked to do Love Is Blind in
Hmm.
2018, and they shot down at Trilith, which was still Pinewood back then.
Hmm.
Back then, 4 years ago.
I live just a few
Five.
minutes down from Trilla.
Oh yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, back when it was Pinewood, and I was like, oh, my parents live near there, so I can see my family and work, and
Hmm.
it'll be great. And then I ended up doing the whole run, and I was like, and they put me up in a hotel in downtown, I guess Midtown Atlanta, and I was like,
Hmm.
oh, I can really move home. Like this is nice. Like there's a lot of work here. I can see my friends. I can see my family, and so I moved back about a year after that.
Nice.
Yeah,
That's really cool that you were in LA and now you're here, back
yeah,
in Atlanta.
yeah. And people are always like, should I move to LA? And I'm like, if you want the experience, do it. Like
Hmm.
I enjoy my time in LA. Uh, I think it helped make me who I am today because I just living on my own and living in a bigger city with so many people, so many like different cultures. Not saying that Atlanta doesn't have a lot of cultures,
Yeah.
but like there's like a million people here, and there's like 7 million in LA. So
Yeah.
I explored food options a little bit more, and really learned about myself a lot more,
Yeah.
and then moved home, and here we are. So I tell people, I'm like, if you can do it in Atlanta, do it because you can. Like it's possible. But if you want
Hmm.
the LA experience, that's that's worth everything. So
Hmm. Yeah. What did you study in college?
I had a film studies,
Yeah.
so Bachelor of Arts in Film Studies. So it was a lot of uh, theory classes. I think I had
Hmm.
a class Spielberg, so I'd have to watch Spielberg movies and write papers. I took an 8 a.m. silent film class. Don't recommend that. Uh, it did not stay awake through any of that. Uh, I'd be like, I get up, I go. Luckily, I only had that class two days a week. No, I
Hmm.
think I had it 3 days a week.
Oh,
I think it was my
wow.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday class. So I'd get there, show up, fall asleep, and then I'd have to write a paper on it. And I'm like, and that was like when the internet was like barely getting started, I
Hmm.
think. I don't know. I feel like we'd had internet for like 10 years, but it wasn't the research tool, I guess, as it
Hmm.
is today, where I could just be like, oh, what was that movie? Where's it at? Is it Netflix? No,
No.
no. Maybe it was on YouTube. I'd have to go check it out in the library. But
Yeah.
yeah, so film studies. I had a lot of film theory classes, a couple practical classes where I like played with the camera, but I didn't think I was really good enough
Hmm.
to do that. But that was just like self-esteem. As soon as I got to LA and I met a few people like, no, 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 you can do this, and now I'm one of the best. No big
I'd say
deal.
so.
Yeah,
So, do you love what you do?
I do. I mean, it depends. I worked on a show earlier this year that was kind of depressing,
Hmm.
and so that wasn't as fun. It was a TLC show. I don't.
Yeah.
It's very, the genre.
Yeah.
Uh, it's very, it, you know. But like Lego Masters, I love everything. I love because I'm telling people stories because I feel like in this country, a lot of times people don't listen to people that are of different views or different lives in them. They're like, this is how
Hmm.
it was for me, and da da da. this is how, if I can do it, you can do it, but not everyone has the same circumstances. So I feel like in
Mhm.
my job, yeah, some reality like is a little overboard and a little produced, but they're all real people with real stories, and I get to tell those stories. So somebody, over on one part of the country can hear that and be like, oh, that's hopefully it helps change people's minds about certain things, certain ways they thought about things.
Mhm.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, hopefully that helps people. Or like when I was on Love Is Blind, it's like somebody can watch that and be like, well, I'm in a similar situation. And this is how they handled it. I wonder if this will work for me.
Yeah.
Because I was with the infamous, Mark and Jessica, where there was an age difference. So
Mhm.
sometimes, maybe someone's out there in another age difference uh,
Mhm.
related relationship, and
It can
it
help
helps
them.
them figure. Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And then, I mean, Lauren and Cameron, the interracial couple.
Mhm.
Hopefully, it helps other people that are in interracial couples.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think that can be really helpful for some people.
yeah,
So,
I
what
think
made
so.
you decide to study to study in film?
I think because I was in theater
Hmm.
as a kid with your mom. We had a great time. Uh, and I like always loved that. I was like, I don't really know what I want to do, but I love this pretending or this,
Yeah.
entertaining people. And that's what I thought, in college I had screenwriting, so I wrote two scripts which have been lost on a hard drive years
Mm,
ago,
yeah.
unfortunately. They were really good, but the world will never know.
Ah.
Uh, I know, I'm so sorry. Um, but yeah, I was like, I just wanted to entertain people. So I guess someone in high school might have been like, oh, you should try film. Because I wanted to be a writer and a director, because I directed a couple plays in high school. And I was like,
Mhm.
I want to do that. And then, you study all that, but then you get into the real world and you're like, oh, my skills are here in camera. But I just wanted to entertain people.
Yeah.
Either if they're sad, make them laugh. Just, I guess that's it. Yeah, if they're sad, I just want people to be happy,
That's really, I love that.
entertained.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, I do have a question. Are you credited under your productions?
Yes,
And if so, where can I find your name?
it would be. So I guess it depends on every show, but it's always at the end.
Hmm.
Uh, So there's always like a different. It's you gotta pause it. Like on Netflix, Netflix is tricky because it'll go right to the next episode, so you have to
Hmm.
go back up to the box and hit that box, and then it's like I think they have producers, production, editors. They'll have a director of photography listed, and then there'll be like camera operators. So
Okay.
always, yeah, always at the end under camera operators.
Nice.
And on Lego Masters, it goes by so fast. So they're like
It
boom, boom, boom,
does.
boom, boom. So you have
It
to like,
is so
yeah,
fast.
yeah. I think I managed to get one screenshot season one. But that was it. Or
Yeah.
season two. Excuse me. I did season two of Lego Masters, two and three, because season one was in LA, and then they moved it to Atlanta
Hmm.
during COVID.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So, if a young person wanted to do what it is that you do, how would you suggest or recommend what they study, or how would you recommend that they break into the industry?
Let's see. I honestly, the iPhone these days has great uh, camera settings.
Hmm.
In fact, I've used it. Sometimes they're like, you can't have a big camera here. So we had the cast member having a baby this summer, and the
Hmm.
hospital's like, no cameras. So you just take your phone and like you're shooting it 24. It allows you to do 23:9:8
Hmm.
4K. So you just shoot it on the iPhone and
Yeah.
it makes it in. They can work with that. Um, I'm back and forth about YouTube because I feel like anybody can put anything up on YouTube and nobody monitors it. But there are some great video camera tutorials. Like there's camera geeks on there that will go over the entire camera, so you can learn all about cameras on that.
Hmm.
Uh, Rental houses, you can rent out cameras from rental houses. Um, but I mean, I just experiment with your phone, watch videos on YouTube, watch everything you can, and learn shots. Like you can. I learned how to shoot reality by watching other camera operators that I love
Mhm.
and learning their styles. So just keep watching things and just trying things. And does that, I don't know.
That explains it
Like,
pretty well, I think.
okay, all right.
I think
Like,
because
yeah, there's so many great resources out there now. Like, I have a friend who does a TikTok and explains lighting to people on her TikTok.
oh, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
So there's like creators out there that really want to help people.
Hmm.
Um, and that's what I like. I'm always like, I want to teach people what I know because it's like, I am good.
Hmm.
Sorry, I'm gonna put this on mute. Uh, I am good at what I do, so I'm not scared of you taking my job. But if we're gonna work together, I want you to be as good as me. So here's what I know.
Yeah.
Utilize it, learn it. So I think it's great that I have friends that are like on TikTok. They're like, here's how you set up lights for this kind of interview, and it's like the whole TikTok style. I'm a little too old for that. I just recorded my first TikTok the other day, and I was like, how do I work this? What? But now I'm a pro.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't even fully know how to work TikTok. I'm not on there.
Yeah, no. I know people keep sending me videos. I'm like, you have to send it to my phone so I can watch it because I like it on TikTok. And it's like, you have this many messages. I'm like, I don't. I only ever open the app if somebody sends it to my
Mhm.
phone. And I'm like, oh, click.
Yeah, just send it to messages.
Yeah,
That's how I can
yeah,
see it.
exactly. That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, what is your favorite moment that you've captured?
Oh man. Um, there's so many, but I will say Love is Blind.
Hmm.
When Giannina ran away from the altar, I was the one that chased her.
That's so cool.
That was me. Yeah. And they showed a majority of it. Usually they chop it all up, but they
Hmm.
saw, you could see me, my camera got stuck. I had a cable plugged into the lens. So I was trying to unhook the zoom control
Hmm.
cable and my camera just got stuck. And I was like, this is a terrible time for that to happen. So you
Hmm.
can see me fighting with it. And then, you see it go on my shoulder. And then that's like, I'm looking around. I'm like, where'd she go? And I see her go out the door. You can, sorry.
You're good.
You can, you can see me do a color temperature change
Hmm.
because that's another thing. Like there's daylight, there's tungsten. It's like it's a cooler light and a warmer light. So we're inside where we have our inside settings. I'm going outside. I have to go to my outside settings so you can see that, but it's like seamless, barely
Hmm.
even notice. And then I'm trying to shoot. We're always told shoot for the editor, shoot for the editor. So I'm trying to give him like a big like long shot of her running away, and then I'm like, oh, I gotta catch up to her now.
Yeah.
So then they cut to me running after her, and then I find her. I find her behind a tree, and I'm like leaning on a brick wall to catch my breath.
Hmm.
And she like has already slipped, and then she like just trying to get away from me. She's like, "Carrie, leave me alone." And I'm like, "This is my job." And like,
Yeah.
and on one hand, you feel bad for people because you're in a lot of their intimate moments, but on the other hand, they did sign up to be on TV, and
And it is your
they
job.
know that. Yeah, this is my job. Like, if I didn't chase her, they'd be like, "Right, well, that was great. We're never calling you again."
Yeah.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
that's probably one of my favorite moments
Hmm.
ever.
And I think that might fall under my next question, which is, what is the most famous moment you've ever captured?
I think that's it. Everybody, like, people were tagging me in so many Instagram posts. They're like, "Oh, Carrie, look at you!" So that was a lot of fun. That was
That's
a lot of fun.
awesome. I
Yeah,
love that. That's really cool.
like, yeah, one of the most talked about. Oh, oh, oh! I forgot about this one. I know the younger kids love this. The note on Jersey Shore. It's
Mhm.
a lot of it gets fuzzy because that was so long ago. The note that JWoww and Snooki wrote to Sammy.
Yes.
I don't remember a lot of it, but I was part of the team that captured that, and I was
Mhm.
when Sammy found it, I was definitely like on her, like she's like, what is this? So the
That's so
infamous
cool.
note on Jersey Shore is probably my other second most famous thing
That's
I've been a
really
part of.
cool. That's
Yeah,
like really cool.
yeah, yeah.
So, um, what do you geek out about, Carrie? And this could be music, this could be a hobby, this could be TV shows you like to watch.
Yeah, I think the most unassuming thing about me, but everybody knows, I am like the biggest Taylor Swift fan.
Me too.
Yeah, the biggest. So like, I'll be in the middle of like grocery store and just hear Taylor, and
Yes.
you're just you're like, that new movie coming out, Megan, is
Mhm.
using a Taylor song, so you're like, oh my god, this is kind of perfect. Like, it's a really great song, and then they use it for this horror movie, and you're like, this is kind of genius.
Like, this is cool.
Cool, yeah, very cool. Fun fact: I missed her Reputation tour in Dallas, which was the one that was shot for Netflix,
Yes.
because I was in Atlanta shooting Love Is Blind.
Oh my god, really?
Yeah, so hey Netflix, I feel like you owe me something.
They do.
Taylor Swift tickets,
They
maybe.
they owe you Erica
Uh,
tickets.
yeah, my cat sitter loved it. I was like, hey, instead of paying you for 2 weeks, would you like 2 tickets to Taylor Swift? And she was like, are you serious? I was like, yeah. She's like, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
yeah, she's like, I'm the best aunt ever now. She took her niece. It was great.
That
Uh,
is so cool.
yeah. And then I got tickets to Loverfest, which got canceled because of COVID.
Mhm.
And I had free tickets because she was supposed to perform at the NCAA Final Four basketball
Mhm.
game in 2020, which got canceled because of COVID.
Mhm.
So I've had 3 missed opportunities to see Taylor, and then I thought I was going to get my chance for the Eras tour, but we all know that Ticketmaster is the worst.
Ticketmaster sucks. Okay, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
say it. I waited. Okay, so I wanted to get Loverfest tickets, and it was about a week before COVID, and I almost convinced my parents. I was so close, so close.
So
And then they were
close.
like, "Well, there's this thing going around, so we'll think about it."
Right.
Didn't happen. And then Eras tour came around. Me and my mom,
Mm-hmm.
we were on there. We were one person away. One person away. They let us in, and then they kicked us back and made us wait
No.
5 hours. We waited 5 hours at my computer, and then they let us back in, and we got our 4 tickets that we were gonna get for $375. Okay, 4 tickets
Each
in no together.
together.
Almost $400, and they were in the handicap section for my mom, and we were gonna get them, and then as we were checking out, they took off one of our tickets, so we went back, and then it said, "Oh, they've already been bought." And I said, "Okay, so we'll find other ones." And by the time we did that, all of them were taken. There was only like one seat left, and it was behind. There was three, and they were behind a column,
Of
and
course.
they were 1,000 each, and so we're just like, okay, we'll check up because we got 3 pre-sale codes. I was insane about the pre-sale codes.
They didn't
You
I
didn't
didn't
get
even get
one?
a code. I got waitlisted. I was like, I'm the biggest verified fan there is, and you're gonna waitlist me? I didn't even have a chance.
I got what was it? I got an Atlanta one on my mom's phone. I didn't get one on my phone. I got Arizona on my dad's phone because he wanted to see Paramore, which that'd be
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
I got New Jersey on my grandfather's phone and LA on
Nice.
my grandmother's phone. I verified fanned everybody because I was
Nice.
determined.
Yeah.
None of them worked out. And then I got on freaking StubHub afterwards. One of my tickets was selling for $35,000.
Oh my god.
That was
It was a
originally
scam.
only going to be 150.
Yeah, they let all the scammers in. They let them all in. It was ridiculous. My girlfriend's aunt happened to have a Capital One card because neither one of us got codes. Her aunt got in and out. And this is how I know. This is how I know that the verified fans got screwed over, was because her aunt, who's been like, oh yeah, I've heard of this Taylor chick. I have a Capital One card. She got in and out in 10 minutes with 4 tickets to LA. Yeah.
Are you kidding?
Yeah. So like I literally only and I have a ticket in August. And like I should be happy about that, but I'm like, everybody got screwed over. It's really hard to be happy about this.
It's insane. I was really trying to
Yeah.
get April 29th.
Yeah. Exactly.
Really trying
Because
for April
where were we
29th.
on April 29th?
Exactly.
Crying because we're missing the Taylor Swift concert.
Exactly. Not in Atlanta seeing the
Story.
show.
Yep, exactly. Probably at home on my couch. And it was going to be so perfect because this new season of Lego Masters, we start shooting March and April, and we would wrap, or I think we'd have a week off, and that was the week. So I was like, perfect. I just worked like a whole bunch, reward myself for the Taylor ticket,
Exactly.
Taylor concert, go and work a little bit more. It was going to be perfect, but no, Ticketmaster ruined everything.
Yeah, no, because the Taylor concert, if I got Atlanta, it would have been right after my yearly project achievement. And then it would be like right after one of my 4-H competitions. So it'd be so perfect.
Yeah.
I'd have just enough time because I literally checked the 4-H calendar. I didn't have anything on April 29th. I'm just saying.
Oh. Maybe something will work out. Maybe they'll be like, guys, half of this
Yeah.
arena is not sold out, so let's lower the tickets and get some people in here.
Hmm.
That's how I got tickets to, like, almost front row tickets to Kelly Clarkson one time. It was like the night before, and I was like, and it was at an amphitheater, and I was like, I don't
Hmm.
want to sit on the lawn. And my friend's like, no, we're on the lawn. I was like, I need a chair. I'm older. Uh, and I just bought like $100, like it's like $120 ticket, and I was like 5 rows back.
That's
I
so
was like,
cool.
wait, I paid how much for this ticket?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
like
hopefully,
the pit for Taylor in
yeah,
Atlanta was like on StubHub was like in the 70,000s. And I was like, okay,
you're like, that's cool. All right.
that's
Like,
cool.
I would geek out. I would do anything for Taylor, but I don't think I would pay $70,000 for a ticket. That's when I'm like,
No, no,
I'm like, you're on your own, kid.
no, $1,000 was like a big
Yeah,
stretch.
yeah. I know, because every time I bought tickets, I've never paid more than $400
Hmm.
for 4 tickets every time.
Yeah,
It's
and
always,
it
yeah,
was supposed to be 375, and then they kicked us out, and there was a glitch.
yeah.
I was like,
Hmm.
okay,
Yep, great. Love
that's
it.
so fun.
Yeah, it's good. We're gonna go see Taylor one day. She's gonna hear this,
She's gonna hear
and we're gonna
this,
get front row tickets. Yeah,
definitely.
Taylor, if you're listening, we love you.
We love you so much.
We know it's not your fault. We know Ticketmaster's the worst.
No, Ticketmaster is awful, absolutely
Yeah,
awful.
yeah. Oh,
I'm gonna be solely relying
oh,
on the Instagram stories from everyone who got tickets.
I know. Oh, one day,
One
one day,
day,
we'll make it happen.
one
Yeah,
day, one day.
yeah,
Yeah. Um, but no, it was like I still can't get over it. It was like 6 hours of waiting.
oh, I know. I feel so bad because my girlfriend was like, I was like, "What'd you do today?" She was like, "I literally just sat at the computer
Mhm.
trying to get tickets," and I was like, "Oh," because I was at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was like, I can't. I mean, I guess it was good that I didn't have a code because I was working and wouldn't have been able to. But
Yeah.
I was like, I'm so sorry. I will get you anything you need for the rest of the year.
No, my
It
dad
was
got home from
traumatizing.
work and he came in my room and it's just me and my mom at my computer for like 6 hours. And he's like, "What are y'all doing?" We're like, "We're attempting to get Taylor tickets. That attempt failed,
Yeah,
but we're still trying.
yeah. They're still trying. There's still some hope, maybe.
Maybe just a little bit. There's a
Yeah,
little sliver of hope."
a little tiny sliver.
But yeah, I remember. No, I mean I've loved Taylor for like God knows how long. I
Yeah,
have
I
like
remember.
I have memories. There was one time, so me and my family, we do a yearly trip with my whole family, and I was 7. It was right after 1989 came out. No, I was 6. It was right after 1989 came out. I
Okay.
listened to Shake It Off and Blank Space the whole 7-hour drive to Florida.
Yeah,
A whole drive.
that that's what, I support that.
That is the trip that my
Those are.
parents bought me headphones.
They're like, here you go.
They're like,
You're like, oh, that's all I had to do.
do it, do it. You do that.
But those songs are bops. They should be on
Yeah,
repeat all the time. I
should.
think Bad Blood is one of my karaoke songs.
I cannot wait for her to re-record 1989.
Yeah,
I cannot wait.
that's gonna be so good.
I have
Well,
almost
that's a,
every album on vinyl, so
nice,
I am very excited for all of the re-records.
nice. Yeah, I've Midnight's on vinyl,
Mhm.
Red, Taylor's version, Folklore, and Evermore on vinyl. So I forget the others, but because of everything going on, I won't listen to any of the versions that don't get her money.
Me either.
So it's like I haven't listened to Reputation in like a year. I haven't listened to 1989 in so long. Like if it's on the radio or whatever,
Yeah.
but like I personally won't put it on my
No, I
Spotify
won't.
because I have purchased through Apple Music all of her things, I'll only listen to it on that because I've already given my money.
Hmm.
So
See,
I don't want to
yeah.
I don't want
Yeah, I
yeah.
own a couple songs of 1989 from like when it released. So I remember I would
Yeah.
get like those little iTunes gift cards for like Christmas when I was younger, and that is what I
Yeah.
would spend my money on.
Yep. Same. Same.
And now I have Rep on CD because I got it off of eBay with
Okay.
the magazine.
Okay.
The magazines that they used to sell at Target. I got that off of eBay with the 1989 deluxe CD for like $20, both of them.
Oh, nice. That's not bad.
It's not bad.
I need her. Yeah, I need her to release hits different on
Mm-hmm.
Spotify because I think that's still only on Target.
It's Target CD. I went into Target a
Yeah,
couple of weeks ago because I got the CD because I did not want to have to keep hearing the same snippet on Instagram. I wanted to hear the whole thing.
yeah, yeah,
And I went to Target. They surprisingly had a lot of stuff left the day that I got the CD, which was like 3 days after Midnight's came out. Like they still had the colored vinyls that weren't like
yeah.
lavender. Now they have nothing.
Nothing. No, of course not.
It's it
Of course not.
it's crazy.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. All of the vinyls, the Target near me, all of the Taylor stuff goes so fast.
Oh, so fast. It's not fair.
Like it's so quickly.
Yeah. Yeah, there's nothing in Atlanta ever either.
Mm-mm.
Oh,
No, because I've looked. It's always
yeah.
never. They have all the other vinyls, just not Taylor Swift.
No. Jerks. Jerks.
Say thank you so
Okay.
much for being here today.
Oh, you're welcome. I hope that this answered all the questions. I'm always like I'm not used to being in front of the camera. I'm always used to being behind. So did I do okay?
Yeah, you did great. You did great.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Okay. Thank you so much, everyone, for listening. And thank you so much, Carrie, for being with us today. I will see all of y'all next week. Have a good day. Bye.
Okay. Bye.